Hi everyone, it's me, B Atikali Sunflower. So I'm on today to do a video response to Sylvie, and her tarot channel is called Tarot Magpie. So this response is about pairing tarot decks and books for non-fiction November. So the first book that I want to talk about is a book called One Love, Two Colours, and it's by Bobby Smith and Margaret Oshendele Smith, and it's the unlikely marriage of a punk rocker and his African queen. So it's basically a love story between an English punk rocker and a Nigerian born woman, and it's just mesmerising. No future, it will never work. They are just too different. Sleep with a white man. No thanks. Look at the state of him. Those clothes. Just some of the comments directed at Margaret and Bobby Smith during their 10-year marriage. Why? Because Bobby is a white, cider-bellied punk rocker and Margaret is a black Methodist Nigerian. One Love is a book that shows the reality of interracial love through the eyes of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. We see how two people can encounter prejudice, intolerance and hate. A hate that comes from both sides. Written from their dual perspective, they honestly debate the issues that affect those who marry out of their culture. The rest is a book that challenges previously held views about multiculturalism. Take their relationship as a starting point. Our co-authors also explore wider issues such as segregation, self-hate, sex and identity. Crucially, the book addresses the unique problems experienced by black woman, white men partnerships, a mixture of social comment and personal experience. One Love shows that true level of prejudice that exists in modern-day England. It delves into the underbelly of interracial relationships and discusses the pain, pleasure and pitfalls of such liaisons. It is a book to make you think differently about the world we live in. It's also a sign of hope. Now this book is not a new book. I think I bought it shortly after I visited them at I think it was a tour and show. Yeah, it was 2007 this book was written. So some of the stuff in it might be outdated if somebody is looking to buy this book. And these are the two authors. Okay, so the tarot deck that I chose to choose for this book is called The Love Tarot by Feline Dawn. Even though this deck is kind of like female orientated, it's about love in the modern kind of world, and this book is about modern love. And also what I like about this deck as well is that it gives you some spreads for love. So it gives you some tips. It gives you tips for ready for love, dating, committed relationships, struggling relationships, the end. And that's what I like. You know, each card has got a different love meaning. Margaret and Bobby experienced all those kind of placements in their journey. I'm not sure if they're still together, but I'm assuming that they are. So another tarot deck that I think would also pair nicely is the Harmony Tarot, because this deck's about harmony and self-love. And I think that you have to have a lot of self-love when you're going through kind of racial incidences and being outcast by communities. So this is the Harmony Tarot. The Cat Zodiac, a feline guide in astrology by Maggie Gray Melkin. Long have humans looked to the stars for guidance in their lives, but what about the destiny of their cats? On the surface, cats may seem to care about very little other than finding the sunniest spots to nap or the best boxes to hide in, but they have higher paths, greater purposes and truer callings in life, providing insight into the signs, the stars and the elements, and how they affect every aspect of a cat's life, with horoscopes, tarot and paw reading for mystic moggies This book is the perfect guide to the secrets of the Cat Zodiac. Now, I love cats. My current cat, who is called Onyx, is a Leo because she's born on the 2nd of August. And what I read about Leo cats in this book kind of fits my Onyx personality. So it gives you the date for the zodiac. It tells you the symbol, the element, the ruling planet, the gemstone, the color and lucky number. And then it just gives you like the best traits, worst traits, likes, dislikes, strengths, weaknesses, and so on and so forth. How they have relationships with friends and enemies, love and sex. Well, my cat's been neutered, so that won't apply to her. And how they react with humans. So the deck that I've chosen to pair with this book is called the Wrigley's Cat Lover Playing Cards. And the reason why I've chosen this deck is because they kind of name real breeds of cats, and it gives you information about the cats as well. So for example, the British Shorthair, thought to be the oldest breed of the British cat. Ten of Clubs, Devon Rex, mischievous, a playful cat with a distinct soft curly coat. So I think this playing card deck is kind of educational. You know, a lot of my tarot decks that I've got on cats are kind of cartoonish, and they don't really give much information about the cat. So I thought that this deck would work well with a non-fiction book about cats. The next book is called How to Spot a Bastard by His Star Sign, The Ultimate Horoscope by Adele Lang and Sushi Raja. So it's basically, this is an old book. I've had this book for a long time. I'm not even quite sure whether it's in print. Again, this is another 1997 book. And it basically kind of gives opinions for each star sign. So the Aries bastard, it gives you the day that Aries is, and it kind of gives the kind of like dark, humorous explanations for each star sign. I mean, it's got things to how to spot one, where to find one, how to intrigue one, the first date, when to do the deed, when to pop the question, if he drops you, if you drop him. So it's kind of negative humor, you know, that in my opinion. So the deck that I wanted to pair with this book is kind of like a masculine deck, and it's kind of like a dark deck as well. It's called Tarot, the Bones Arcana, and it's by Junaid Mortimer. And the reason why I've chosen this deck is because it's masculine, and you know, this book is mainly designed for men or masculine type of people, and it's kind of dark, and I think this book to me gives a negative opinion of men. It doesn't really say anything positive, but even though it says in humor, it's still kind of negative. So I thought that this kind of masculine dark deck would actually fit this book, which is directed at males and is dark humor. So the next book is called My Pretty Brown Doll, Crochet Patterns for a Doll That Looks Like You by Yewanda Jordan. And the back of the book says, embrace the pretty in every shade of brown with a one-of-a-kind homemade creation that is a true reflection of your dreams. And it's basically a step-by-step book on how to crochet. Now, I don't know how to crochet. Knitting is more my forte, so I thought that I'd get this book to learn how to crochet black dolls. So the deck that I think pairs nicely called the Knitter's Oracle really is a Lenormand deck, and it gives you it gives you the number of the Lenormand card and then like a knitting or crochet kind of prompt. But I would have liked it really if the Lenormand name was written here in brackets, because if you're a beginner, this deck would make no sense to you. So I thought this deck would pair nicely with this book because crochet is new for me, and this deck here, this Lenormand deck, even though I'm fluent in Lenormand, because the names have been changed and stuff, it took me a while to understand this deck. The next book is called The Housewives Handbook, How to Run the Modern Home, and it's by Rachel Simon. How to fold a fitted sheet, to tackle limescale in the bath and basins, to clean up a microwave oven, to oil a wooden table, to fold a tablecloth, to clean taps, to wash wallpaper well, to tackle woodworm, to use vinegar around the house, to clean shower curtains, and so on and so forth. It's kind of like old wife kind of tips on how to you know, do housework, and it's got like a very 1950s feel, because it kind of tells you how to do that with, like, you know, stuff that you've got within the house. So I thought a good deck to match with this book is the Housewife Tarot, because both of the titles match, and also this deck is very much in the 1950s era, and so is this book really. Even though it's modern, it's based around that kind of era of old wives kind of tales and how to get things clean. The next book is called Gingers by Kieran Dodds, and this is about ginger people. Race and beautiful ginger hair has inspired artists for centuries and lifted our gaze beyond the dull and the drab. In a series of stunning portraits of gingers from all around the world, Scottish photographer Kieran Dodds celebrates the flow of DNA across cultures and generations. Gingers is a vibrant reminder that all people are made of the same substance, and sometimes it shows. So it gives you a bit of an introduction. And what I like about this book is that it shows all different types of gingers: black, white, Asian. You know, this looks like a mixed race ginger person. I think this is the creator with his wife and family. But it's a really nice kind of book. And this is another person of colour that's ginger. I love it. And it also gives you the person's name and where they come from. So this person here is called Makita Nembard, and she's from Jamaica, and she was born in 2005. This is a darker skinned ginger person. Her name's called Bridget James, and she's also in Jamaican, and she was born in 1996. Such a beautiful pictorial book. I think these two are his children, Isabel and Ada Dodds. They're from Scotland and they're born in 2016, so maybe they're twins. Okay, so the deck that I chose to pair with this book is called The Vivid Journey. And the reason why I've chosen this book is because a lot of the archetypes have ginger hair. A lot of them just got ginger hair, so I think it kind of is quite fitting for this book. Okay, so this is the Vivid Journey Tarot, and I've paired it with the book called Gingers by Kieran Dodds. The next book is called Indoor Edible Garden, Creative Ways to Grow Herbs, Fruit and Vegetables in Your Home. I bought this book because I don't have a garden, and I like growing things. I thought this book would be quite good. It's mainly plants and herbs, and it just tells you how you can kind of like grow them. So for example, oyster mushrooms, which I like a lot, it says 14 days, watch the growth day by day. It tells you like a growing guide, you know, so the hours, the brightness, you know, the watering, the harvest time, and it tells you, you know, what you will need and blah de blah de blah. So it's a really interesting book which I really enjoyed reading, and I have tried out some of these suggestions. So for this book I've chosen an oracle deck which is called the Magical Herb Oracle. It's a rock pool deck, and it gives you the name of the herb and a keyword. So scallop, meditation, modwort, courage, passion flower, balance. So the guidebook gives you an extended information. Okay, so this card here, passion flower, it's got the keyword balance, but in the book it goes into more details. It tells you the oracle meaning, botanical description, the magical correspondence, how to do spells. It goes into greater detail, which to me gives an extra layer of the herb that you might be growing in your home. The second deck that I've chosen to pair with this book, Indoor Edible Gardens, is called My Garden Deck. It's just a Rider-Waite Smith inspired deck, but because the title's called My Garden Deck, I've literally taken the title to pair with this book. My final book is called The Big-Eyed Art, Restructured and Transformed, and it's by the Blonde Blythe. So this book kind of celebrates the big-eyed kind of art, and I think it's a collaboration, if I can remember, of 22 artists. So let's read the back of the book. This popular phenomenon of the 1950s, known as big eye art, has undergone a major revival, but with a twist. The original wide art enduring waifs have now been transformed into fairies, mermaids, and otherworldly beings. This extraordinary book showcases the dazzling work of 22 of today's most talented big-eyed artists, including Blonde Blythe, Jasmine Beckett Smith, Lucy Petrucci, Kelly Hay, and Misha, and offers a fascinating view into this fabulous, fantastical, and sometimes bizarre world. So I've recently got into Blythe dolls. I am going to do a unboxing of 2 Blythe dolls, but that will be in another video. Give you an introduction of the big-eyed art. It's just really nice art. Look at this. This reminds me of Lucy Cavenger's Oracle decks, and also Blythe in a way. Just gorgeous. So if you're a Blythe fan like I am, it's a good book. This is Jasmine Beckett Smith. This is the Blonde Blythe, one of the co-authors. Okay, so the deck that I've chosen to pair with this book is a Lucy Cavendish deck, and it's called Oracles of Shadow and Light. And, you know, I think the images are really fitting for the book. It's a Jasmine Beckett Smith kind of deck, and this is in a way kind of like a shadow deck. Well, for me, I use it as one of my shadow decks. So sea, beacon, fairy, guidance, but where will it lead you? Snow angel, the signs are with you already. It's this really, really, really beautiful artwork. Poe, time for change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. Grumpy red fairy, be your true self. It's just a gorgeous deck. And the guidebook that it comes with just goes into more detail about the artwork, and it also gives you like a divination message as well. So this is the Shadow of Light Tarot. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much, Sylvie, for devising this hashtag. I will leave in the description bar links to both the books and the decks if they are still in print. Bye for now, and I'll see you in my next video.